Let's get going here. Just doing some quick test passes here with a car that I know what it should be running, so I can kind of get an idea. Seems to be running pretty much how it should be running. I'm a little later than usual, I think, so might not be as many people in the game right now, so it might be a little cleaner, getting cleaner passes. Maybe not as many people on the internet sharing Comcast, stuff like that. So everything seems to be working. Camaros seem to be out right now, so it's always a good testing ground for my Nissan Z, but Camaro still seems to be the car of choice. Camaro might be a little more consistent than the Nissan Z, but when it works, it works. I'll take that. Maybe people hate imports, I don't know, but Nissan Z's a pretty cool car. You ever seen one? Missed the shifts a little bit there. It's kind of hard to tell how close we are on these races. That was a pretty close one. I was lucky I got a tree on that one. You're probably going to get a good race if you're racing somebody that's got a team initials after their name. I think you gotta be in the tree on that one. No. Well, yeah, he did, but it didn't look. Somehow I was like right with him, even though it didn't look like it on screen. I mean, if I see a race that's that close, even though he's a little out in front, I tend to think, like when your cars are running like right next to each other like that, I tend to think that you're pretty much dead even with him, even though he's like that far ahead on the screen. So, and then you can see at the end here when the replay evens it out, like corrects it to where it should be, you can see we're dead even. And I just got him by like a shred of a bumper. So that was a really good race. .003. I always forget to look at the bottom. It tells you Tells you the difference right there. I do the maths. Got a no name out here with 34 is probably Camaro. Let's see if I got any trees. I'm not really treeing that great lately, so that's why I'm not really moving up here with these. When I get like a 46 or a 7. It's hard to get one of those big double O trees on the stream. I'll try this night mode real quick. doing some quick typing there. Seems like a pretty quiet night here. See how that goes. Been trying to get a lot of sleep lately with this heat. Just wears you down, really. Anytime you walk out the door, it's like you're walking into a sauna. It's pretty bad when it's like 90s. It was over 90 today. My thermometer's in the shade. It might have been close to 100 today, but I didn't look at the exact. I didn't look at the weather or the news or anything. I mean, if it's hot, it's hot. You know, it's like you gotta take cover. Got another ghost, the ghost, with the Nissan. Looks like pretty much just off the showroom. At least the same color. It's a pretty good pass. I must be really lazy on the tree right now. Could be the night mode. Just kind of doing a little lobby lurking today. See what's going on. Thought I saw an envelope up there, but I don't know what it was. Sometimes someone sends a message during a race, but I don't always catch it. Player 8635. I don't know if the game gives you a number or if the people just put that in to so they seem like a random person. You can do that too, but I can't remember if the game actually gives you a number. Got a little air and a red light. 001. Sucks when you get the 001 red. I have this time slot, and I'm usually awake anyway. But I figure instead of staring at my phone, give me a little less phone time. Staring at my phone, watching videos and Twitter and all that shit, and YouTube. Figure I might as well do something. Even though I'm staring at screens, so that's kind of not a good thing for my eyes. Unless I get my eyes, I wonder if I were to get my eyes, get that LASIK. I wonder if that would actually help. Pizza Boy and the NT. What's with all the NT people trying to hide their times? I thought for sure that one guy with the what was that car I raced? It wasn't one of the fast cars, and he was running NT for 20K. I think I thought for sure he was going to be a hacker, but he didn't. He wasn't able to keep up at all. I don't remember what car it was. Could be he was just getting started and trying to figure it out how to do it. 17.9 mil. You're getting up there. Yeah, once you get into the 20 mil, then all of a sudden you'd be like, well, I think I can get 50 mil, and then all of a sudden you've got this unlimited amount of money that you don't know what to do with. But once you get up there, then you don't really have to be afraid about racing for 20K all the time. You get that confidence if you've got a pretty good car, and you're kind of strategic with who you race. If you remember who the tough races are out there. Oh, so you're racing NT now, trying to hide. I'll usually race pretty much anybody, even if I know they're a really good or one of the team racers, because I want to have a good race. I want to have a good, clean, non-lagger, non-hacker race. That's what I'm looking for. If they're better than me, so be it. See that the Camaro has he got a horrible tree. That's why it was so close. The Camaro has a slightly better top end than the Nissan Z, so you need just a little bit of edge if you're running pretty much dead even with one of them. They're going to come up. They're always going to come up on you at the very end and try to overtake you. I'm not getting this track is horrible. I'm just blaming it on the track. My car's all over the place. I can't get so I usually dip out if my car is not working at all. I'm not going to sit there and keep trying to make it work. Someone put up a nice 524 in an HK. Yep. Yep, that's why I see all those people racing NT, because I'm imagined that they can pretty much run whatever they want. But the weird thing, now that I think about it, is when you race someone NT, I don't think I've ever seen an HK and an NT race. Like, is it actually possible? Does the game, because it doesn't show the time, it just doesn't detect the time at all? Or does it give them an HK on their side and you just don't see it? And that's why, like, you'll get a win, but you don't really know how. Like, it could have been an HK. I guess it's just one of those things. You don't know. But I kind of have fun trying to beat him too. If I see an HK out there that kind of looks sketchy, like with a no name, kind of like trying to beat him. Oh, I see you're working on the decals on that. You really got a lot of decals on that. The stars and stripes. That's always good. I missed one shift. That was a close race because you got the really good double O tree. So you were right there. I just got it a hole good. I only made a slight mistake on one of my shifts, but my car was definitely there. I think my tires are like 1% from being bad, so I don't know if they actually go bad during a race or if it tells you afterwards. Probably. Yeah, like I said, if you got a car, a solid car, you can go out there. Even if you run into people that are, really good, you still got a chance because they still got a tree if you get a tree. So even if you run, if you happen to just screw up and run in the low fives, if they don't, if they can't tree, if they get a bad tree, then that's a win. So even if they get a 5-4. I mean, you see that at the real track too a lot. When someone just gets killed on a tree, and even though their car is like insanely fast, You know, they have to really get down there to try and catch them. Yeah, I like the Nissan Z, and I waited for it too because I'm not a member. Just not a It's not a popular car for some reason. I don't know that everybody is so super pro-American. There's Jeff Turbo Blast TDC. I know he's got an Audi. Pretty sure he's always racing an Audi 30 by 21, which I don't. I should kind of mix it up a little. I was trying my 31. It's kind of funny how I did this when the Audi came out. I saw a lot of people out there with 30s by 21s that were probably, I'm guessing they were probably all on the same tune. Or I don't think like YouTube, because there was YouTube tunes, but I don't think they came out right away for the Audi. But everybody was on 30 by 21, and they had this. You could tell they had the same setup, same stance, same wheel size. So they obviously had had tunes for them. So I'm like, well, I think I'm just going to build 31, just to do it. And my car worked pretty good. But then I ended up doing a 30, one with 30s too. See how many lobby lurkers there are right now, because it's already getting late. But this time slot is kind of a good slot for me because it's quiet. And if it's hot, it kind of cools down. So because the PC room is always running hotter. If you're sitting by it, you can feel the heat coming off it. So I remember last time when I was racing this, the shifts were a little different than the 30s. I missed a couple of shifts on that one. This car, it's still going to be pretty fast, this car, even if you're a little off. It does seem like the 30s are better, though. You got a 487. That's good. Anytime 49 is good. You're into the 5.4s, but just barely. But when you're hitting the 48s, then you know your car is working good. 48, and then, you know, if you're really nailing it, then you start getting into the 47s and 46 sometimes. But I think the car, if you're like in the 5.4s with the car, I remember someone saying a long time ago, like if you're capable, if your car's capable of like a certain number, say like, you know, like a 549, then it could probably go faster. And it's just a matter of the shifts, which, you know, can make sense. You know, unless you're like not able to ever break, you know, 549 and get lower, then you probably know that you're not quite there. So let's see if I can get this thing into the 5.4s. I got good shifts, except for the last two I was off on. I think I may have raced this guy possibly yesterday or another time. Yep, the Camaros are out there. Those are good shifts, seeing it because he's not going to catch that. 480. Pretty good tree. At 60 was really good. Seems like the game's running pretty smooth. I was late on 6. Man, if I would have got a tree. I hate that my tree, that I'm not able to get as good a tree when I'm live streaming. I kind of have a weird habit that I have of like looking at the tack and then looking up at the tree instead of looking right at the tree right away. He's not going to catch that. Yeah, see, this Audi is kind of crazy. If someone's got a good Camaro, they're going to be in the 5.4s, but think it's a lot easier with the Audi. The car is just OP. But there's a lot of cars that will 5.4. Not a lot, but there's at least a handful of cars that'll 5.4. So I mean, I wouldn't really see the point of breaking any of these cars right that are doing the 5.4s. This guy's an NT. I was gonna jump in there, but I think I already raced him. So, but they really need to try a little bit harder to get these other cars that they're buffing, to try to get them closer to hitting 5.4s, because none of them are getting there lately. Because if you're going to sit there and buff cars, but you're only going to buff them till the fastest one is probably low 5.5s of the ones they've done, because no one's going to use them still. Unless they're going to like try to rebuff them again, because some of the cards that they're doing were ones that they had actually already buffed before that. But there's still like a ton of cars out there that they could do. And I remember the Boss being like one of the slowest cars out there. Like for some reason it didn't work. I think because the back of it was too high, and you can never really get it tuned in right to any of the other cars at. I think the Box Nova too, like it sits higher in the back, and then they end up picking those two as cars to buff, and they actually came out to be pretty fast. So if they can make those get into the low 5s, and even the Box I think was still 5.4, just not as good as it was, then they should be able to do with anything, because there's so many cars that they have left to do. Like this is the other Camaro, right? Not the ZL one. I get those two confused. This one, this car could use a rebuff. This car could use a rebuff. This car, no one uses it, so it's better, but it's not like one of the top, it's not like tier 1 or anything. The Vet has gotten one buff, but it's still like a low 5.6. Oh, this is the other Camaro that they haven't touched. Unless I grab a thing to pull it out, and it'll go 250. So this car's had like one buff. They haven't touched this. The Viper had a buff a long time ago, but it doesn't really work that good anymore. I don't think they ever touched this, because there's so many Mustangs. And this one, I'm just going to remember what it looks like. Yeah, this is the version 187. It's never been touched. I've got one of those that I wouldn't mind getting more wins on. One of my best cars from 187. This, I don't think has ever really been touched. And they picked this T-Bird, which I don't think anyone even liked. And for some reason they picked this. They must have, maybe they voted on it. And they got all these trucks. So the Ranger, I think that this is a 5.5, I think. Just barely, I think. This thing, this is the other Ford. I don't know, this is a TRX. I don't think they ever touched. The S10, the long bed. Alcoves buffed. This is the other Ford. It's never been touched. The Raptor. This I don't think has been. I think it was buffed a long time ago, but not like anywhere near the current standards that they're doing. Then you got the F-150. It's pretty much the Metacar. One for 187 has been touched. C10. So like if they buffed the C10, it's a member car. So you can't even buy this unless you're a member. Luckily I have one. That used to be, that was the meta car, and everyone seemed to like it. But that was like in the times where there was really only like one or two meta cars, so everyone used it. Then you got the short S10. It's never been touched. This car's never been touched. This would be a cool car. A Ranchero. There's a lot of retro cars. This car they buffed a little. They buffed it some. But this car sits real low. Because you have to put them on the ground for it to be fast. That's actually pretty cool. Just paint job. It's had a slight buff. You gotta put on this so I can recognize it. This, I think, had a slight buff. Then the Boss. Had one of the better buffs. This car, if for some reason I thought that it had been buffed, but maybe I was confusing it with the Superbird. But I think this is probably like the same car as the Superbird, so that they could probably buff this. I think this one was buffed a long time ago. This would be a good car. The old Caprice. I don't know why they would look more like that. It'd be nice if you could actually get it to go fast and it look like this. Because you actually see cars that are fast that look like this. It'd probably be good, look good with some fat tires on the back. Oh, that's the new. Is that the new? The new decal that they were advertising on Facebook. The Swab thing. Is that all they did? Was just write that on the side and put the rust on it? 57. I'm not. I think that car is still low 5.5. Then this car was buffed, but needs a rebuff. Then you got the Camaro, the Meta car. I guess everyone liked that, even though it's not a Trans Am, so it shouldn't have this decal on it. They should get a Trans Am. This has never been buffed. You know, when I say never been buffed, I mean after like version 187. This never been buffed. The Monty got a pretty good buff. This is the other box Nova, isn't it? And then this is the fast one. I think so. This is the one that got a good buff. I'd like to see this car buffed. I think a lot of people would like that. See, there's a lot of these vintage cars. The Corvette, never buffed. Chevelle, got a mid 5.5 buff. Barracuda, I'm sure a lot of people would see this, like to have this buffed. This is a cool car. Look how cool that is. Famous wheel stander in the Midwest. I've seen that car several times. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Bad Fish. It's got the Barracuda like this. Thing does like 600 or like 1,000-foot wheelies. Car's crazy. This has never been buffed. This is cool. This has got like a decent buff. This has never been touched. Javelin, it's been like, this thing has been used and abused. All kinds of different buffs and weird glitches with this thing. They fixed this up though. Javelin is a cool car. Pretty rare too. This is the type the type T, is that what they call it? The GNX. Is that what it is? Hasn't been buffed since 187. Nova's another 187 buff. This car, this was like my first car. Unfortunately, I sold it a while ago because I needed the space, I think. Never buffed. Maverick got a pretty good buff. This was never buffed since 187. 187. This car's never. What is this? The Caprice? This is never buffed, right? And the Superbird. See, this is a member car too. So I'm lucky to have one of these. When they got this car got a good buff. It was right up there. But hardly anyone uses it. Then you got the Vega. Got a decent buff. This car hasn't been touched since 187. Or is this the other Camaro? No, this is the fast one from 187. I think. Or is this the new one? Oh, this is a member car. Is this the new Camaro? And then you got this is a member car too. I'm lucky I have one of those in case they rebuff it again. So that's that. Just going through a little history here. I'll just look at the imports and that's it. So you got this. This thing came out pretty much out of the chute. Wasn't like insane fast meta car, but for some reason no one likes it. No one uses it. I don't know if it doesn't work for a lot of people or what. But it's pretty. I wouldn't say inconsistent. I would just say it can be sketchy, pretty much. But it's hard to race, I'd say. Then of course you got this in the top 3 tier 1 cars. This was pretty fast when it came out. This is still a pretty fast car. You could almost even consider this like a tier 1 car. If you include cars that are low 5.5. This car still works. This car's been fast for a long time. Then you got these, like the Porsche. And this. And Evo, which are pretty much all right there at the low 5.5s. Occasional 5.4. They still work after they came out, and they were basically glitched and like way too fast. So they had to turn them down, but they still work pretty good. And then that Civic. I think these are kind of fast now, but not like they were when it was a glitch. I think it can run 5.6. Then you got these cars. These are like 5.6 cars. Of course, this was like one of the meta cars when it came out, when it was bugged, when they were like way too fast. Like they're running, what were these things running? Low 5.4s. I'm trying to remember what the car was that were running 5.3s, what those were, if that was this. I actually probably have screenshots, I think. And then this, what is this car again? I can't remember what exactly this car is. Oh, the Type R, right? The Integra. I don't even know what this car runs now. And then you have the Mark III 5.6 car. Kind of curious. Just doing a little history. Bring a 5.6 car. What is a 5.6 car? Like low 5.6. I got a nice 5.6 car. This is like one of my favorite cars too. Just the way it runs. What was that? 1366? Yeah, if you send me races, I would say just send like 5K, but not more than that. So you're racing me with an Audi, telling me to bring the 5.6 car. I don't know about this one. Unless did you just build that thing? You got the bar on there? That's not one of those single bar glitch Audis, is it? My car might actually be a low 5.6 car. No, it's only 570. I know this car runs 5.6 though. This car runs a lot like another car that we know. This would be a cool car to buff. The first gear I didn't get right. Well, I was actually catching you on the top end. If you didn't get that 001, I would have caught you. Yeah, so you're 60. You need to put a lot more into that 60 foot. That car will launch a lot harder than that. Get rid of this commercial. I was going to see if I had any of them old slips. Yeah, see, it was the Evo used to run 5.3. That was like the glitch car era. I think the Datsun was like a low 5.4, if not a 5.3. See if I can pull some of these up. They're kind of fun to look at. That's why I like saving screenshots. Yeah, see this thing, 538. I think it was even faster than that too. But see, it used to run like a big 60 foot, and then it used to get that top end at 246, but they turned down the top end on it. I think is what how they slowed it down, because that was see 538 to 245, and they still had they had the hack set at 5.3. So if you ran a 5.3 with this, you would get the HK. So they obviously weren't anticipating this thing would run 5.3, I would think. Or maybe they didn't know how glitch it really was. So you get the HK. That's on 28 by 10.5. See, it's got that low 60 foot and the high top end. Let's see if I have better. Than a 538. See, here's a 545. I think that was the Datsun was running the low 5.4s. See, here's a 392, but it wasn't an HK. Well, that's because it was a test pass. Got some old slips there. Got the motorcycle with the 545. See, if people could actually run this thing, but it's really hard to race. This car will run mid 5.4, or this bike will still run that, because it's got the high top end and it's got the 60. It basically runs like a what runs to 245. I mean, basically runs like an Audi. But it's got a little more top end. Here we go. 44. I think I ran a 44 or 45 in this recently, which is really hard to shift. Then you got the Bel Air. Meta, when that car was crazy fast. 5499. I'm pretty sure I only ran a 5.4 in that thing like a couple of times. But I think it was a glitch at that time. Because it was like on the doorstep of 5.4, like all the time. Like I would just sit there and run all these 5.0s, trying to hit that 5.4. Pretty sure other people were probably even a little better in it. So that's pretty much how it used to be. I'm just looking for some other stuff that might be interesting. The new blown engines. There's the 3-second dragster. That's a different game. See, here's all my low fives in the Bel Air before they made it slightly slower. Oh, that's my Skyline. That was like I don't know if they nerfed this car. I'm pretty sure they did, but I think it'll still get close to this, to the high 5.4s. But I think I only ran 5.4 in the Skyline like maybe a couple times. Maybe we're just like lucky passes. Just seeing if I have any other significant .187 stuff. When all the cars were starting to dip into the 5.5s. Oh, see, this will give me an idea. See, 187. There's the Monty, it ran 65. This thing was 60, 67, 72, 63. This thing. See, there were a lot of cars in the low 5.6 range, or mid 5.6. But then all these cars started dipping into the 5.5s. Launch harder? You just have to, you got to raise your first gear in that thing because it has a, you have to have a really fast first gear in that thing. So you got to have a high, you know, you got to turn up that slider to where you have to, you're basically shifting first, like as soon as you launch it, you're basically looking to shift first gear, or like a slight hesitation, and that's where you get the most out of that. And then second gear is like basically, like at least my car is set up for like instantaneous, like first boom boom, first second, just because it seems like it's easier for me to shift that way. I know some tunes like they shift the first gear really early, like 8K or you know before that, and then you wait for the second with kind of a delay. But I prefer those first two bang bang, like, because that seems like it's easier to me, and then the rest of the gears are kind of normal to what everything else is. But you should be able to, you know, you crank up those that first until you're hitting, you know, those seven, at least those low 760 foots, and that'll tell you like kind of where the car's at, and then you just, you know, run your other gears up with the top end, you know, and that's like anywhere between, I think like like 240 to 243. And it's just like the suspension and the Audi's kind of weird because there's a lot of different combinations that will work because it's so fast, and the all-wheel drive. All right, so let me know. I'm sure you'll be in the 5.5s with that thing soon. If you want to do some test passes, because I'm just kind of, I've just been kind of going down memory lane for the last 15 minutes. DraftKings 2 NT. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen with this race? At least the lighting is normal. See, this track is like way too laggy. It'd be nice if the game had more actual racetracks instead of just like one real track, and then the rest of them are like streets and stuff like that. Make some more race tracks. Just add that to the list. A lot of NT cars out. Is this the same guy that was on the other track? Can't remember. I get these Camaros confused. Too many of them. See if my car will grip. Yeah, see, that's messed up when my car red lights and gets that much grip. There's definitely something wrong. I think we could race some other cars. Asphalt stopper. Race this guy a lot. He's got the Chevelle. So unless this car suddenly works, this could be a close one. Too much wheelie, but it did work pretty good. The 51. You're still gonna get a low 5 with this, even if you get a little bit of wheelie. Oh, I tried to hit 124, but I missed. Yeah, see, this car's getting more air than my other one for some reason. At least right now. Try the Evo. See how the Evo's doing tonight. Oh, I had my chat covered up. Sorry guys. I had my chat hidden. I wasn't watching. Yeah, I mean, feel free to race each other in there too. You guys in the chat. It's too bad I can't, like, if you guys could post races and I could, like, put them on the stream, that would be pretty cool. Sorry, I missed you guys. I was like talking about shit for too long, and I didn't notice that the chat was hidden. So if you want to drop a code, ProTree, and then let me know what car, to make sure it's a fair race. Does that 4190 code still work? Probably not. Yeah, a guy that I race with says that I could, I could maybe start a Facebook page, and then so that would maybe be somewhere where people people could post their the races up there from the stream. Unless you want me to put up a code and then whoever gets it gets it. I'll set it at 5K. See if anybody wants to jump in. Any viewers out there? Pro Tree, Quarter Prep. Oh, of course this guy jumps in. Actually, these two cars here are very similar with how they run and how they set up. Yeah, so you need to crank up that 60 foot, that first gear. You don't need that bar in the back. I know I've seen like some people, I think, because I think there's a glitch. But I haven't seen it lately. But I know some people were running a bar and they were putting up big numbers. Miss my shifts. See, you're getting closer. That 776. You need to crank up that first gear even more. And then your top end needs to be like at least where mine is on this, to around 243, depending. I remember when I was tuning my Audi, I was moving the weight like back to back to front, like a little bit, little by little, and it didn't even really seem to make a difference. But I think it does if you do it by a lot. But there's going to be a sweet spot depending on how your car sits. And for you guys that are watching, if you want to add me in game, you can do it. But I don't really like pulling up chats in game because it's kind of like it's like a private chat. So people shouldn't be really be reading each other's chats. So, but if you want to do that to drop codes or something, that would be fine. Car meet. We can do car meet. I don't know what you do in a car meet though. It'd be nice if you could actually race in a car meet. Like if they had the lot, and then there was a track that you kind of drive to. That's not that weird track that has the where you pull into the lights, because that's not like an accurate track. I already have a ghost. Okay, so now I have a ghost and a gray ghost. Maybe I should just jump in the global chat or like every so often. Seems like people find the YouTube though, because I don't think there's anyone else that's live streaming this game. So we got a storm out there, sounds like. Well, I'm still in private. Let's see if somebody grabs the code. Got an open code out here for anyone. I know it's kind of awkward to switch from the stream to the game. That's the only thing. If you're on a phone and you don't have a PC that you can, like, because I know a lot of times I'll sit on my PC and watch stuff, and then I'll just play the game on my phone. There's a lot of screens to look at, though. Can you race for no money, or is it like 100 minimum? I think. I'm just gonna change it back to open race. Yeah, I guess $100 minimum. I mean, it's really not that difficult to build up a little bank in this game, just from career mode, because you can beat those guys even though all those cars are OP, and with their ETs, their trees stink, so they're not that hard to beat. The Ghost and Gray Ghost. 780. Yeah, no, the Audi will do. I'm actually gonna I'm just gonna grab a few cars from my regular fleet. Take the red one. Take this, because that one seems to be working tonight. Take this. And let me grab one more. The Maverick, I never actually ran a test pass in that, because I wanted to see what it run. 754, that's there. That's getting there. Let's see what my you can dip into the 6 on the 60 foot in the Audi. But depending on your gears is depending on how the shifts are going to come. That's pretty much how I have mine set up to shift. Yeah, so you definitely dip into the 6s on the 60 foot. So you can definitely crank up first gear. I mean, as long as you're not spinning, and you're getting better 60s, you can always turn up first gear, because I don't even know if this car actually will even spin, even if you like crank first gear. I've never like cranked it up like to the max. It depends on your bottom slider, how far you can crank it up. But I guess at some point it'll spin. But the thing has 21s on it, so that's how you can crank the thing up so much in first gear. It's like an electric car launching. Is it electric? Is this an electric car in real life? Because I know they have them, I think, but I don't know what this is. I don't think this is, because I know they have the R8 that's got like the Lamborghini engine in it. I don't know what this or I don't know if it's a Lamborghini engine or if it's basically like the same thing. Yeah, that car has a really, as far as the gears, I'm not gonna pull them up right now, but pretty sure it has like a pretty severe rake to the gears going from first gear to the last gear. It's not like most cars where they're like somewhat close of a band, so it's kind of like you have that like if you've ever seen some gears on like some of the regular cars, how the spread is. Like if you compare it to the Camaro, I think that's like has a normal kind of spread, but the like the Audi and like the all-wheel drives, they have like a crazy. You need like a crazy angle from first to the last gear. I'm pretty sure. Because first is really quick, but then the rest of the gears are, you kind of have to have that same, even. So where you do like the shifts like 95, 95, 96, 97, 98 or whatever, you know. works the best. Let me move the chat real quick because it's kind of far away from me. How fast is the chat? What do you mean? How fast? You mean how fast are the people in it? I'm not really sure. I thought you said you only had $900. Sounds like a scam. I think I got scammed. I'm just going to launch it. I don't really want to get in the habit of giving money out because I don't want to be like a charity stream. So, I can do it a little bit, but that's 20K. Because then what happens is someone, asks you to help them out, and then you never see him again. So that's what I don't like about just giving money away when it's not really that difficult to just grind in career mode. I thought that's how people like helped people out with cash, though. They just red light, or I guess you can just sit there too and just let them go. But then like I've raced people where you could actually catch them if they're not fast at all. Then you just give them a head start, thinking, oh well, that'll help them, and then you just go flying by them and do a drive by on them. I don't know, for somebody who needs cash, dropping a 20K race. The Nova is on point tonight, at least on that pass. Not too shabby for the Nova. Look like I saw a little smoke down like in the middle of the track there. Like, I don't know, maybe not a good connection on that. Maybe I'll try to get a 5.4 in this thing. Where'd everybody go? My chat's dead. The game chat's dead. It was pretty late. How do you 5.4? You got to get good, pretty much. No, the game's actually a phone game, iOS and Android. You can actually play it on PC, like a couple different ways though, because now, for one, they have Play Store on PC now, So you can actually play it on that. I actually tried that once, but there's another way you can play it too. Basically, just having an Android on your PC. I don't know if you can do that on like a, what do they call the Apple computers? But then that's technically iOS anyway, so you could probably just get the app. But that's something they never had on PC, was a way to get apps. Yeah, but mine, like, I have it on PC and 2 different phones, and actually, if you get good at it, you can hit big numbers on a phone if you get good. That's pretty much, just takes practice. The music turned off. Oh, I turned Messenger off on the PC because I don't like the new Messenger on PC because it's an app now instead of just how it was before. I don't like how much memory it uses. It used to be buggy, but I think it works now. It's kind of squirrely in that room. Probably got squirrely because it looks like he left, or he was way behind me. He wants a rematch. Yeah, this car you really have to shift quick in first gear instead of some of the other fast cars where they have that really slow first gear. That's why I have that launch turned down. Getting good numbers on this car tonight. I just didn't crack into the 5.4. Hopefully, if I put new tires on it, it doesn't break it. Yeah, you got to manually shift. Yeah, if you have a pretty good phone, I have a, what is my phone? An S22. I've got an S22, and then I've got a new Z Flip. And I actually think the game works better on the S22. But I think they give you like a car and some free cash to start out. And then they have a career mode where you can make money and you can beat computer players, and they're pretty easy to beat. Once you build your car and you kind of learn how to get a good tree and stuff. Then once you get pretty good, you can just go out and race people. There are like a bunch of cars that are faster than most of the average cars in the game that everybody uses. So you kind of got to learn which cars those are. It would be kind of funny if they put an automatic in this game. Like I always thought it would be kind of cool to just put a Tesla in the game. But I don't know if they actually can. They might not be able to legally. But they can put every other car, so. See if there's anyone in the lobby. Playing this random no copyright music tonight. I don't know what it is. You want to race a Nissan, huh? Everybody wants to race the Nissan. I mean, this one, I'm actually kind of colorblind. And I think I changed the color on it a little bit. But I don't know if it comes gold. I can't remember what it looks like. Because I'm not really that good with colors. You see, this one looks lighter than mine. Is this green? This car's green, isn't it? The dealer one. Doesn't look green. It looks green to me. And somebody will tell me it isn't. I mean, my car looks kind of green, but I don't know. That's just my eyes. I could go to a car meet. I'm not sure if I have my steering set up on this though. Yeah, my box put up pretty good numbers tonight so far. Until it doesn't anymore. The other ghost wants the Nissan Z. What was that code? See if my car works. Yep, it works. That was fast. Nope, it's only a 51. It seemed fast. You see, this car is weird because, like, if you look at your car, you got the wheelie, and then it spun, like way out there. Or maybe it was like wheelie and spinning. I can't. It's kind of hard to tell. See, your car went side, or it corrected right there. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, when you learn the game, you can shift gears pretty good on a phone too. Oh, I forgot about. He wanted my box Nova. See if I can hit my shifts again. Got most of them. A little slower that time. I think I got all my shifts in that one. It's 52, not bad. I can't remember what I ran in my Nissan. I don't think I ran a 5.4 on him. I think the car launched right, but I think it was just a low 5. I can't even remember. I was still trying to get a 5.4 in this thing. So it looks like the lobby is dead. Except for the lobby lurkers. Looks like the global chat is kind of nobody, none of the regulars. I think I could check and see if there's any Facebook news. Got Voodoo. Haven't raced him in a while. And the Ronin. And my shifts were off. They'd probably catch me. Close. That was a really close race, though. I thought he was going to just drive by me. I still want to get one of those. I just don't want to buy it. It'd be nice after a certain amount of time if they just, you can just get the car free. I missed second gear on that one. And he got a, looked like he got a better pass on that one. That car's got a lot more top end than mine does. But mine's got the 60. I got my shifts that time. Oh, come on. I didn't get the tree. I don't know if I'll be lucky enough to get a 5.4. See if I can hit my shifts again. I missed sixth. I got a good tree though. If I can get a 5.4 in this, I'll be pretty happy. Looks like his game might have froze for a sec there. Those were pretty good shifts, but didn't look like I held them off. See, that thing's very similar to the Nissan Z actually, with the 60-foot. Pretty much everything down the line, except for the top end. It doesn't have as much top end. Almost forgot to shift on one of those. I just wasn't paying attention. Identical times, but he got me on the tree. Sometimes after racing someone a while, it kind of seems like your car doesn't really work as good. 126. That's not going to help me. My first gear was way too early. 6 was late. Luckily got him on the tree. Decent pass. I was way early in first again. There we go. I was way early in first, but I finally got up. Almost broke through to the 5-4. Switch it up. I want to play with this Maverick a little, see how it works. Have I even raced my Camaro tonight? I don't think so. See who else is out there. Lobby lurking. Be nice if I hit a 5-4 in this thing against the Camaro. I don't remember how the first gear is in this thing though. Don't, I miss like every shift. Was he just giving me that race? Giving me a free pass? Yeah, don't be giving me no free passes. This thing seems like the first gear is slow, but then the rest of the shifts are kind of a little faster than like the average car that launches like this. Oh, we got a Nissan Z out here. I like the Maverick. I just wish it didn't have so much tire poke. I missed first. That was a good pass. Got a .760 on that. That might be because of his red bars might have lagged me. Got me that .7. I think it's possible we could add another 5-core to the 5.4 car to the fleet with this. Still seems to be some lobby lurkers out there. Oh, look at this car. You trying to get in trouble with that car? We got better shifts that time, I think. Yeah, slower speed, slower time, better shifts. Yeah, if you leave that car parked out in the street, you might end up getting keyed. See, this car's only got a top speed of 251. I wonder if that could be tweaked in that first gear. Yeah, if you want to race that 57, I can take mine out. Actually, I have a car. Actually, I think I actually have I might have 4 57s because that was such a meta car before. I had set up one for 10.5. I had one that I had small, short tires, 20. I can think it had 24s in the back because I was trying to trick people. into thinking it was something else, and it still ran like it would almost 5.5. See what this Porsche can do. I missed a couple shifts on that one. They say the 60. If I let that first gear go, I got a better 60. Is my mic? My mic isn't quiet, is it? Man, it looks like the stream is dead. I think it was like this last Tuesday. There's some cows. No, I was going to say if you wanted to race 57s. If YouTube saw your car, though, they might ban me, because that's how they are. I guess we can play with the Camaro a little bit. Wow, I can't believe I have that many races on this. I had that before this. About the same amount. And I got this probably a couple weeks after, I think. Jay on TikTok. No, I'm just joking around. I don't know if anybody cares about that stuff anymore. And again, I guess you never know. Just how crazy some people can be. Got a new post on No Limit. I got a Vega video up there. Let's see, what's a good matchup for the 57? this. I was meaning to test this, but I never did. See what kind of paint job we got here. The skulls. That's a pretty cool looking car. Got the race checkers and the skulls. That are kind of hidden. $58 in this thing. I think it'll do a little better too. Used to run low fives. Maybe I'll give it a couple test passes. I used to race this car a lot, I think. It's got the old 57 launch. Oh, we ran with it. I was a little kind of messed up on those gears. Sure, I have a car. I got a car for you. It's probably buried. This car pops a big wheelie. I messed up my shifts. He got out ahead of me. Had a better tree. I think this car will 5.5, but the shifts are a little different. I gotta catch that second gear. Yeah, this one will just creep into the 5.5s. It doesn't look like it'll do much better than that, though. And I won't get the top end because I only have the 24s on it. I must have really treed him on that one. There we go. Could that be the run of the night? I think it could be. See, I'll still do 250. I think I just put the run of the night on you with the 000. I knew that was a good tree, but I didn't think it was a 000. This car you can really leave on because it doesn't get off the line as good as some of the other ones. I got most of the shifts on that one. Yeah, see, I'm starting to learn the shifts. 002. Yeah, see, that tree can be a big advantage. You guys could probably hear me chewing my candy. All right. So I guess I was going to take out this Camaro, right? Check for lobby lurkers. Got the Civic. With the shorty bars. That used to be a pretty fast combo. See, I was really early on first. Let's see what it did. Not a very fast pass. I don't know what happened to him. Alright, red light. My car was slow too. That's what I get for racing NT. Yeah, my car isn't. My Camaro. I think I'm just out of practice. I'm not getting the big numbers with it. I just barely got in on the stage. Forgot the tree. I just looked away for a second. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, see, hopefully he leaves because I wanted to look at this race. I didn't have that great of a tree. I guess neither did he. But the game made it look like he was with me, and then it made that adjustment at the end to where he actually was. Because he probably ran something like a low 5.5. And I think he had a similar tree because we both left. For some reason, my message didn't go in the chat. What happened? My chat died. He just left. Literally. And I got a slow pass. And I didn't get a replay. Got gypped. What car do I have? He's got the Porsche. .28 by 15. Let me grab a different car. Full tree. So it looks like I'm full trap. I might have to leave on the last light. So if I could figure that out, I might be able to race a little full tree. So if I leave right on that, after that third light lights up, I think that's what I do. I think my car's a little faster. .002. So I think that's the tree. I just have to hesitate slightly so I don't red on the third light. Because I don't want to change my delays. Maybe I could play around with full tree a little. No, did I red light anyway? How is my red light that bad? And the other one was double O. And I think I left later. Full tree is weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could maybe mistake it for the Porsche from the front. If it was a new one with the lights like that. But that's about it for the similarity. I think I'm going to leave that Maverick out. I kind of want to play with that car a little more. I need one more. Okay, I want to play with this car a little. Missed him again. See if this car is worthy of the Tier 1 fleet. I missed second. Still a 52, and I missed second. I think that car has got more. I think I changed first gear a little. See how it does on the live track. I mean, someone else's. Oh, I just left. I forgot to shift. It totally threw me off because I saw that red opponent left on the. So I felt like I didn't have to do anything. I forgot to shift. I guess he just disconnected. Got the Audi on 33s. Jacked up. Tell me that car's got a wheelie bar on the back. Can't see it yet. I thought for sure that car was going to have a wheelie bar on the back. Maybe that's not a thing anymore. And I keep missing that gear. I still got him on the tree though. The guy's got 33s and ran a 668.60. I didn't see the speed. That's a combination I haven't seen. Does an Audi have the exhaust sticking out like that? Let's see if I can hit that shift. See if I can catch him. Oh, that was slow. That was a slow track. These guys never want to stage. He just reeled me in. I missed a shift. I gotta get a better lead than that. If I could ever hit second gear. I can't get those gears. Missed the gears again. Got a 53. Trying to beat the meta car. I got the shifts, but I got a little lag blip. Should have had that one. For some reason, I got a little blip of lag in there. I think it killed my time. My car was rolling. Yeah, it looks like the stream is dead, so no, I've raced him before. I remember that writing on the side. Let's see if my car works. No. I think first gear didn't work. Puts up a 000 on me. It was a pretty good pass. Got the tree. lost too much grip. I've always been curious if the tracks actually make a difference. Now my car's slippery first. Getting more slippery when it was getting a little too much. See if I can hold them off. See, I can get the 00 too. He got the 000 on me. I got the 001 on him. I haven't gotten the beast pass in this thing yet. It hasn't really hooked right yet. That was terrible. Yeah, see, my car just got way too much traction in that one. That could be a good one. That was close. That was a good pass, but I didn't tree. I got lucky. He didn't tree either. was a good pass. Better fix my engine. Got too slippery on that one. That's still a close race though. He hit a 48. I didn't see his tree. Red lit. Didn't notice. My car almost went. My car almost went off the track on that pass. Look at this thing. How do I grab that? Look at this thing. That's the closest I've ever seen a car get to the outside like that. Yeah, I think this is probably a good time to wrap it up. Had some good racing there with Hater Maker from the global chat. Maybe I'll go in there a little bit more. See if there's it just gets a little crazy in there sometimes. Probably late at night, I think. But when the regulars are in there, it's probably pretty normal. Plus, you can block people too, so it shouldn't be a problem. So we had kind of a quiet day. Oh, I totally forgot it's garbage night. It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna have to check the air conditioning. I bet it's gonna pop on any second. Maybe rained. All right, guys. So, see you next time. Thanks for the any subs and chatters. Always good to have chatters. Unfortunately, I had it covered up for a while, so I didn't see it. Definitely give me a shout and drop a code, or make sure you definitely comment. Try to make the stream better.